Yo, what's going on with y'all, man? So today's video is going to be about spiritual warfare kind of things, or understanding certain things that could eventually help with spiritual warfare, right? Mainly spirit attachments, entity attachments, and what archdemons are versus regular demons, right? So when it comes to this kind of information, be aware of intaking it because you are now more open to the forces that we're now speaking about. So if you're not, if you feel like you like a scary ass nigga, let me not say it like that because you're not always scary. Sometimes you just are smart and know what you can and cannot deal with. You know what I'm saying? So if you can't deal with like those kinds of things, just get off the video. But if you already been having experience with this kind of stuff, and you feel drawn to learn more about it, bruh, I'm here for you. With all that being said, let's get into this video, bruh. So let's talk about a spirit versus an entity, right? I've mentioned it before, but a spirit is an intelligent energy, right? And then an entity is a being that could align with that spirit. Now, here's an example when it comes to you, right? You, right? Let's say your name's Sally, right? Sally is an entity, right? But Sally is attached to your individual spirit, right? So your spirit is the intelligent energy which sustains your life, right? Then you have a soul also. The soul is the observer, right? It's the observer within inside that energy, right? But understand that your spirit, right, that intelligent energy has flowed inside of many different lives. Like for me, right? I have ET past lives, earthly past lives, you know what I'm saying? So it's like every single past life is a different entity, right? However, it's all aligned with the same spirit. You know what I'm saying? The same intelligent energy, which is sustaining this life right here, right? And this entity right here, right? So, what entity is an actual being? A spirit is just the energy which these entities can actually align to, right? So, final thing, my spirit, right, is flowing through this entity of Genie. But even with that, right, inside myself, I be making different personalities, right? You could call me schizo, whatever the fuck. I don't really give a fuck, right? I'm just a smart ass nigga. I understand that we could connect with several different energies and then build different aspects of ourselves based upon that energy, right? So for example, right, let's say you want to become a better rapper, right? There's a spirit of rap, right? There's a energy behind rap. You can align yourself with the energy of rap and then make a whole personality for rap. So let's say I want to do fucking Genie raps, right? I can have fucking Genie raps along with the spirit of rap, and now that shit flows through me also. You see what I'm saying? Come on now, it's actually you could do really cool shit. However, this is how spiritual attachments actually build also though, because with a spirit attachment, right? That is when you have a certain energy, right, which has now attached itself to you. But that is different than an entity attachment, right? So let me do the damn. I'm so conflicted which one to do first. Entity or spirit? Entity. Okay, we're gonna do that one first. So when you have a entity attached to you, right? You have a separate individual being, right? Who may be aligned with a certain energy, who is now coming to you and attaching themselves to you. And they do it through your thoughts, emotions, and actions, right? They first start by working inside your mind, right? You'll have certain thoughts, right? Which you may think is coming from you, but it's coming from a whole separate being, right? This being is likely conscious of saying like, "Oh yeah, nigga, I'ma fuck with you." Like it could be, let's say it's a being, right, that is aligned with the spirit of depression. You know what I'm saying? This entity, right, will now send you depressing thoughts, right? And the way you attach to this, the way that you attach yourself to this entity is by believing in these thoughts, right? Like, oh, I'm worthless, I'm not shit, I'm ugly, I cannot be loved, right? Once you believe those thoughts to be you, right? You now are observing those thoughts and saying, this is me. And it's now become more ingrained inside of your mind, right? And then as that happens, you feel the emotions, right? You start feeling depressed and you start acting depressed, right? This is pretty much that entity now literally working through you. Now, here's the thing, right? The entity, right, will do this because if it's attached to a spirit of depression, it's trying to get that energy out of you, that depressed energy. So it will tell you, you ain't shit, you ain't this. Once you start feeling depressed, it can now feed off your energy. So entity attachments work by the fact that you have a separate being, right, who makes you believe that you're the being. They make you think that you're the thoughts and the emotions, right? And because you accept these thoughts and produce those emotions, it can now keep on feeding off of you. And because of that, it's now technically feeding that spirit of depression, because that being, if it's aligned with that spirit, needs to feed off of depressed energy, which it could get from you. You see? Now, let's talk about spirit attachments, right? A spirit attachment is not an actual entity. It's just a spiritual, it's just an intelligent energy, right? So let's say the spirit of depression comes upon you, right? It's kind of the same in the sense of you'll start feeling depressed, having depressed thoughts, except what happens now is that you make your own entity. Here's what I mean by that, right? When you observe these thoughts and emotions, right, and you take it on to be you, right, you build a whole personality inside of yourself that's aligned with that energy, right? You see, your soul, right, is a focal point of awareness that is aligned with your spirit, that is aligned with your intelligent energy, right? That soul can observe other intelligent energies, though, right? It doesn't have to fully detach from the spirit or from its spirit, but it could look at other energies and then attach itself to those spirits too, because understand that you're a source at the end of the day. Therefore, you're not just the one, like the spirit that flows through you, nigga, you're a source. So it's like you can be aware of a whole bunch of spirits that transcend this one spirit that allows this one entity and other entities, right? But with that being said, with a spirit, right? If the intelligent energy of depression comes around you, right? Once you start to observe it, you feed it consciousness and awareness, right? Now you have a consciousness, right, that is now aware of this energy and then takes it on to be part of itself, which now forms a character and a personality, which now makes an entity. So this is different from an entity attachment, because with an entity attachment, you're not building your own individual entity. You're just believing that you are this one entity. Like if an entity that is aligned with the spirit of depression is talking to you, you think that you actually are that entity, right? Because it's sending you certain thoughts, right? And now that thing is feeding off you. You know what I'm saying? So this is more of a feeding thing, right? When you have an entity attachment, it's feeding off you, right? A spirit attachment is more possessing you. You see? What that damn I like how I said that, nigga. If this is some poetry shit, snap it up for a nigga. Cause I didn't even, like before this video, I didn't even say it like that. You know what I'm saying? I just be letting shit flow. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like some vids I do be having notes and shit like that. This one I'm like, nah, I just let this shit flow. Snap it up for a nigga, bro. Entity attachment. I mean, an entity could possess you also, right? But whenever it does it, it's also feeding off you too. And because you're so drained and it's feeding off you, it now takes control of you and stuff like that. And then oftentimes you'll talk to other people and then feed off their energy too and stuff like that. But with a spirit attachment, it's just straight possession. You know what I'm saying? Like it's straight possession. Like this energy comes through you. You think you're depressed. You build a whole entity for it, and now you keep on acting depressed as if you actually are depression, right? With an entity attachment, they're just feeding off you to get that energy from you, and then they'll either dip or they may fully possess you if you're a great candidate for constantly getting depressing energy. So you may go around people now and start hurting them type shit to get them to feel depressed, and you feed off their shit. 1122. I can show y'all this shit actually. Niggas, don't play on me. See that 1122 down here. You know, don't play on me. You know what I'm saying? Don't play on me. Don't play on me. But no, yeah. So with all that being said, right? When it comes to a spirit attachment, you can actually get it from like giving a fucking handshake to a person, bro. Like let's say you give somebody dap, right? And they have lustful spirits, right? They have lustful energy, right? That can now attach to you, and now you start feeling lustful. And then if you start to act off that lust, you feed that lust your awareness, right? And then you build a person inside yourself who likes to act lustful. You know what I'm saying? So if since I'm Genie, right? Let's say I give dap to a nigga, right? he was a lustful nigga, right? Now I got a lustful energy on me, right? You know what I'm saying? Boom, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm inside my head feeling lust, you know what I'm saying? Now as I feed into the lust, it's like, oh yeah, nigga, now I'm lustful genie. Let me go do a whole bunch of lustful shit. You see what I'm saying? Now I become a lustful person who has made this entity. And here's why you make an entity, because an entity requires a consciousness for it, right? Like when a being is trying to attach to you, when an entity's trying to attach to you, this is an actual consciousness saying, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna fuck with this nigga." A spirit, intelligent energy is not like I'm gonna fuck with this nigga. It's just being drawn to you based upon your vibration through other people. It has intelligence. It doesn't have consciousness. You see what I'm saying? It's like an atom. Atoms, right, are intelligent. That is why oxygen knows how to bind to hydrogen, because intelligence is the ability to know things, right? And then they also say to act them out, but that's more willpower. But intelligence and willpower are two sides of the same coin. Anyway, when it comes to intelligence, right? Atoms are intelligent. They know how to bond with other atoms, but they're not conscious of it. They're not self-aware of themselves saying that, nigga, I'm oxygen binding with hydrogen. They just have the intelligence. They have the knowing, right? So with spirits, right, these are just intelligent energies, right? They have certain knowings, certain thoughts. They have all that shit, but they're not consciously saying, I'm a spirit coming to fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? So with all that being said, right, when you have a spirit that comes around you and stuff like that, right, it needs your consciousness in order to become an entity. You see, once you feed it your consciousness by observing it and identifying with it, now it forms as an entity. So spirit attachments and entity attachments are very similar in the sense that you do always have something that's making you think a certain way, feel a certain way, act a certain way. It's just that with an entity attachment, it's more like this being is kind of just feeding off you and stuff like that, and then it may possess you if it feels so called to do so. However, with a spirit attachment, this is an energy that's coming inside of you, which does make you think you feel a certain kind of way, but it's more some possession shit. Like you're gonna start to embody that energy more. You know what I'm saying? You see? So you don't have to always embody an entity. You know what I'm saying? You'll just give it the fear, the lust. You'll give it all that shit that it needs, right, in order to stay alive, right? With a spirit attachment, you actually become that energy. You become the lust. You're not giving lust to a person to feed off of. You actually become the lustful nigga type shit who may feed off other niggas lust type shit. You see what I'm saying? It's a whole fucking thing though, but I hope y'all kind of understood that. You know what I'm saying? One is trying to drain you, one's feeding off you, and the other one's actually possessing you. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, right, let's talk about archdemons now, right? So there's different kinds of ways to describe archdemons, right? And here's why I'm saying that. You see, I have fought archdemons, right? Now, when it comes to my boys, right? Like me, my boy Cash, my boy Broly, right? We have fought two archdemons. We kind of beat one, and I say kind of beat in the sense of we beat this one archdemon, and then he dipped, but he's still alive, right? And then number two, we're still battling him. We did some good things with that, you know what I'm saying? But there's still like a couple things to clean up, right? You know what I'm saying? But that is different from the archdemon attack that I had by my lonely. So here's what I mean, right? You have archdemons in regards to spirits and archdemons in regards to actual entities, right? So let's talk about a demonic spirit, right? A demonic spirit is pretty much intelligent energy which causes you harm, right? So it's not an actual entity, but it is an energy which can cause you immense amounts of harm, right? Now, a demonic entity is an actual being who's trying to cause you harm, right? So this nigga saying, "Oh, nigga, I know who you are, I know who I am. I'm gonna come fuck you up." So when me and my boys fought, the different archdemons, right? We were fighting actual entities, right? We were fighting demonic entities who had immense amounts of power, because archdemon just means great demon, right? So we fought a great demonic entity, right? Now with my archdemon attack, right, it was kind of both. I was essentially, right, every single demonic entity is aligned with the demonic spirit, right? Like for example, one that we fought is aligned with brutality, deceit, you know what I'm saying, betrayal, you know what I'm saying. Other ones are more about sloth, gluttony, you know what I'm saying. So with all that being said, right, they are aligned with different spirits which make up this entity, right? You see what I'm saying? So with all that being said, when it came to me, right, I had pissed off some archdemons, right? But in this sense, it's archdemon energies. So you have smaller demonic energies which can like harm you and stuff like that. Then you have great demonic energies which harm you, right? And the thing is, entities attach themselves to these demonic spirits. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to archdemons, right? The common ones, like if you look at the Kilpath, right? You know what I'm saying, with Satan and all that type of stuff, right? These are arc these are arc demonic spirits, right? So Satan is not an actual being, but there are entities that do align with that spirit, and then they become great. They become archdemonic entities. So archdemonic entities align with archdemonic spirits. You see what I'm saying? Now, even though on the kill path you have those archdemons, there are several different archdemonic spirits that we have never seen before. You know what I'm saying? Because with these archdemonic spirits, right, they often are linked to different planets, different stars, all that shit. Like for example, Satan has a very heavy tie to Saturn. You know what I'm saying? Now Saturn's not overall bad. There's also good aspects of Saturn too, but there's also bad aspects. So with Venus, right, there's a good aspect of love. There's also a bad aspect of lust. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, with these different archdemons, right, they could be aligned with a certain planetary consciousness, but also just a certain archetype inside of yourself, right? Which is going to be both, because inside yourself, right, you have different parts of you, right, that pretty much come from the different planets and the sun. Like literally, like whatever you see outside is also like as within, so without. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why astrology is actually a thing, because these planets affect you. Because inside yourself you have these archetypes, right? So yes, you have Mars inside you right the fuck now. You know what I'm saying? And Mars has a good side and a bad side. You know what I'm saying? It has an archangel and an archdemon. You could say it has a great it has a great angelic energy, but also a great demonic energy, right? Which can activate inside you at like bro, I know y'all felt stuff like anger, da 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 da. These are all different spirits, right? You know, like anger, right? You could say it's a spirit that comes from Mars. It's an intelligent energy that comes from Mars. And there's different arc demons that are linked with wrath. Like for example, I know that Asmodi. Yeah, I should have warned y'all I was gonna say different names too. When you hear the names, it can affect you. So you have him, and then you have Levaya. You know what I'm saying? These ones have energies of wrath attached to them. You know what I'm saying? Now they express them in different ways, though. You know what I'm saying? Like with A, right? He's wrath, but also has heavy amounts of lust and sloth. And then when it comes to Levaya, right? He has the wrath, but also with a little bit of envy and pride. You know what I'm saying? So it's like these different energies, right? I mean, these different energies, right? You know what I'm saying? Can be linked to different planetary energies also, which flow through you at different periods of time, which is why you got to be careful and recognize that when you have energy flow through you, that this is an intelligent energy. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to always be like, I'm being attacked by demons, but these could be considered demonic energies. Like whenever you feel those anger, sadness, you could call those harmful energies, demonic energies. I'm not trying to make nobody scared now, but I'm just saying that if you don't, like people just take that shit as, oh, we're humans, we feel that shit, which is true. Humans embody all these different things, right? But don't make entities out of them. Don't attach to these energies, right? If they flow through you, okay, it flows through you. It's gonna fucking happen. But when you observe and say, this is me, I am this feeling, I am that, you attach yourself to that energy, and then you make an entity that is being sustained by your own consciousness. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, right, with an archdemon, right, with an arc demonic spirit, right, because I was tapping into pretty much the unconscious depths of humanity and stuff like that, and also just observing different people and what they got going on with them, right? It's like I kind of activated different consciousnesses and different energies, right? So with that being said, right, it's like I had a whole archdemon attack from these archdemons that are pretty much 4D beings, right? And the 4D is the mental, right? So it's like these beings, right? These archdemonic spirits, right, are literally just intelligent energies, and like they're like you could say they're like concepts, ideas, mental energies that exist inside the 4D, which archdemonic entities will attach themselves to, going down to the 3D, 2D. You know what I'm saying? So with, like, in order for an archdemonic spirit to take on a form, it needs to become an archdemonic entity. You see what I'm saying? So let's say you have an arc demonic. Let's say you have a arc. Let's say you get attacked by Leviah. You know what I'm saying? By him, right? You could have an entity that says I am Leviah. You know what I'm saying? Because they're trying to pretty much say that I'm in line with that spirit and I'm coming to attack you. So when it came to me, right, I had the actual spirits. I had the actual energies get mad, and because of that, the different beings that are attached to that energy also attacked me too. You see what I'm saying? So when it comes to Leviah, right, you know what I'm saying, with him, right, if you piss him off, right, you could get sent a big ass Leviah entity, right? Or you could get sent a group, a whole legion of different demons to just fuck you up. You know what I'm saying? So when I say fuck you up, you don't gotta actually get fucked up. You know what I'm saying? We powerful out here, just, you know what I'm saying? Shaboom. You know what I'm saying? Definitely don't be too cocky. Like, have respect, never have fear. Because I see cocky niggas. Don't be a cocky dumbass nigga, bro. That's how you get fucked up. Have respect. With respect, you'll understand the enemy more, how to deal with them type shit. Because they're not all the same. Like, niggas be fighting. Niggas, like, and when I say niggas, this happened to me. Niggas will fight low level demons, right? Like fucking succubuses, reptilians, you know what I'm saying? Different fucking demonic fairies and shit like that. And think that they fucking big man thing, right? Bro, when you get to an archdemon, it's way different. I'm not gonna lie, bro. It's way different. You know what I'm saying? And that's not to scare you. It's to say, just be more aware. Because if you want some cocky nigga shit, you're gonna be a little bit open, and then they kind of get your ass for the one time. Then you kind of see like, oh, that nigga has a little bit of power. Let me actually get my P's and Q's. Then you fuck him up after. You know what I'm saying? My guys always say, have respect, never fear. You know what I'm saying? So have respect, but never fear, bro. But yeah, so to sum this up, right, and to make it a bit more simple and like compact and concrete, right, you have spirits, right, which are intelligent energies, right? Then you have entities. These are actual beings that align with different spirits, right? Then you have archdemonic spirits. You have great demonic energies. Then you have archdemonic entities. You have great demonic beings that align themselves with great demonic intelligences. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, right, when an archdemon attacks you, right, it could be like an entity, like the people that me and my boys fought, or it could be archdemonic spirits. And let me tell you which one's worse. I mean, how can I want to say which one's worse or better, but when you piss off an archdemonic spirit, you pissed off a whole entire, because with an archdemonic spirit, they have a form of they're like a collective consciousness. So they're not an entity that is just like one individual consciousness that is aligned with an energy. They are a whole collective. You know what I'm saying? So it's like with Satan being Saturn, right? It's a whole collective intelligence, energy. It's a Satan and Saturn would be a whole collective intelligent energy and consciousness of Saturn. And then different individual consciousnesses, different individual entities will split off from that great archdemonic spirit to become an entity and then fuck with you. So if you have Satan say, nigga, I'm Satan fucking with you, right? You know what I'm saying? You're either becoming aware of that spiritual energy inside of your life, or you have a different entity that is aligned with that spiritual energy who's saying, nigga, I'm Satan. Either way, right? It's like when you piss off the actual archdemonic spirit, it's more like pissing off a collective consciousness who will now send different individual consciousnesses, aka different entities who are aligned with that archdemonic spirit, and then they'll now attack you. So it's like when it comes to that A guy, was like Asmodeus, you know what I'm saying, him, right? He is a great demonic intelligent energy that is a collective consciousness of several different smaller entities that will attack you and say, hey, nigga, I am Asmodi. You know what I'm saying? Whole entire time, it's just an entity that is aligned with that spiritual and with that spiritual energy. And that's also why, let's say that you have a fight with Asmodi, right? You'll think that you beat Asmodi, right? You know what I'm saying? But then, nigga, your homie fighting that nigga too. And it's like, how the fuck did that happen? It's because, nigga, you beat one entity that is aligned with that energy, but you didn't actually fucking beat the whole entire energy, because the whole entire like the energy of Asmodi is always going to technically be here until people stop aligning themselves with that. You know what I'm saying? Like when humans hit a point where they don't align themselves with these demonic forms of their consciousness, then they won't be attacking as much. And the thing is, right, it's where, because like a part of you, right, kind of has to identify with it in a sense of these things do flow through me, right? Like a part of you kind of has to accept that, but not embody that. That's the difference. Because being source, right, you embody all parts. Like, even though I say light and dark doesn't mean good and bad, being source, you embody good and bad also, aside from the light and dark shit too. You know what I'm saying? Like, source embodies the good beings and the evil beings, right? So with you, right, you'd have to recognize that, okay, you know what? Let me not ignore the fact that sometimes I do feel demonic ass feelings. Like, y'all niggas do. Let's be real. Y'all niggas do feel it. Y'all niggas be feeling angry. Y'all niggas feel that shit, right? Accept that shit and then stop embodying it. Be like, oh, you know what? That shit flows through me. And now that I'm aware of that, let me fucking control that shit and not embody that shit. You see what I'm saying? Opposed to saying, oh, I don't embody nothing. No. Then that shit just come by you, fuck you up and dip on your way. And you know what I'm saying? So, you see what I'm trying to say? So, it's like, yeah. But when it comes to pissing off an arc demonic spirit, that's always gonna happen. Like when it comes to me, I was tapping very much into my dark side, right? You know what I'm saying? Which is not always about the evil side, right? It's about the unconscious side, right? But when going into the unconscious, right, that is where oftentimes those, like, you have good shit, bad shit, neutral shit, all kinds of shit that lives within inside the unconscious states of a human being. It really just depends on what you put inside the unconscious, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you didn't want to look at your evil side, it's now inside there. Same with the good shit. If you don't want to see your good side, it's within inside the dark. You know, like you could go inside. You could go inside the dark and find some good shit, because many people repress their good sides. So if they go inside the dark where they repress shit at, they're gonna find the good sides. You know what I'm saying? So here's what I'm saying though. When you go deep inside your own unconscious, right, you'll get to a point where you get into other people's unconscious. You see what I'm saying? You'll get into the whole collective unconscious, and inside the collective unconscious, you have these archdemonic spirits. You have archangelic spirits. You have all kinds of shit inside the unconscious, right? Now, I was first doing this shit unconsciously. Now I'm doing it consciously. But when I was doing it unconsciously, right, me doing that, I was kind of disrupting the flow of how things work there, because now I would start giving out certain teachings which different archdemonic spirits and the entities aligned with them don't want you to fucking know. For example, I started explaining what the fuck light and dark actually is. They don't want you to know that shit. They don't. Not gonna lie. They do not. You know what I'm saying? However, because I was doing that, right, it kind of activated those archdemonic consciousnesses, which now started to attack me. And now I started having the archdemonic entities aligned with the archdemonic spirits attacking me also. You know what I'm saying? So it was a whole fucking leap of ting, but yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Like if you start to disrupt the unconscious, if you start to disrupt the collective unconscious where these different energies exist at, you will eventually activate them and go to spiritual warfare. You know what I'm saying? That just, now the thing is, a lot of people do not have the strength to even face their own unconscious. So a lot of y'all do not have to worry about activating these beings, bro. You know what I'm saying? I mean, some people kind of do activate them without even knowing it, though. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? So it's a whole fucking thing that I'm gonna talk more about when I make a course about spiritual warfare and how to actually, like, that shit gonna get deep as fuck, bro. The spiritual warfare course gonna be that shit's gonna be so deep, bro. It's gonna be so fucking deep, bro. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end that video right there. My genie talks are usually 30 minutes, and we have 30 minutes coming up. Oh my god, all these fucking internal burp formations. That's what my boy be calling that shit. My boy Layton, it's my guy. But no, yeah, I love you all. You know what I'm saying. If you guys need some coaching, I got my links down below. If you guys need spiritual advice, you guys need a galactic akashic reading, you want a soul akashic reading or akashic soul reading, any of that shit, energy healing stuff like that, I have all that shit down below, bro. So with that being said, I love you all. I'm gonna catch you in my next video. Peace.